little dog gnawing on my fingers. Okay, you can be in the video. You wanna be in the video? Here we go. Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to share with you 5 new ways to become a morning person that you've probably never heard before. Guys, I was not a morning person by any means. I was probably one of the worst people you would ever deal with in the morning. I wouldn't remember people waking me up. I believe there was one time I accidentally kicked my mom in the chest when she was trying to wake me up. I either wouldn't hear my alarms or I would somehow turn my alarm off when I was sleeping. Anyway, even like if I was going to bed early, I just couldn't get up. I couldn't get out of bed. It was a struggle. But today, I am so happy with the progress that I've made, and so I'm so excited to share these tips and tricks with you. Make sure you stick around to the end because my last tip is hands down the game changer. Once we changed that factor, everything else was a lot easier. So, tip numero uno, plan your day the night before. I would hear this tip a lot and I never tried it. I was like, who cares? Like, on to the next tip. I'm not gonna even bother trying that one. Guys, do not knock it. Having your day laid out for you takes all of the worry and stress out of your morning so that you can focus on yourself, waking up and having the most productive day possible. You don't need to be overly structured and have set times. I like to section things into like what I want to get done in the morning, in the afternoon, and then I have like an anytime bucket. Having all of those things out of your head and onto a piece of paper is so like relieving. You wouldn't believe all of these things in our subconscious that we're like trying to not forget about, and then when we actually sit down at our computer to work, we're like, what was I supposed to do? I feel like I had a lot more things to do today. Write it down the night before. Make sure that you include some good things that are gonna get you excited for your day, like what you're gonna eat for breakfast, or set aside some time in the afternoon to look for new vacation spots. Whatever gets you going. Pro tip, I like to include some habits that I'm like trying to work on onto this piece of paper. So maybe up in the top right hand corner, I'll put drink more water, or like put a little water tracker. Having it written down and seeing it all of the time reminds you a lot more of it, and you're more likely to do it. Tip number 2. Change your alarm. I thought the only way that I was going to be able to wake up in the morning was if I had a loud, obnoxious siren blaring in my ear. All it did was wake me up in the most annoying and stressful way possible, and already started my day off on the wrong foot. Then I would usually quick turn it off and fall back asleep again. This is torture. Stop immediately. Not to mention, you can get used to hearing the same alarm over and over and over again, and then it'll just stop waking you up. My mom is definitely guilty of this. So I tested out a few different apps, and this was the method that works best for me. So when I first started trying to wake up early, the app called Sleep Cycle was such a game changer. You give the app a half-hour time frame in which you want to wake up. So if I have to get up at 7, I'll tell the app to wake me up anywhere between 6:30 and 7 o'clock. The app monitors where you are in your REM cycle and gently wakes you up when you're in the lightest portion of your sleep. How does it know this? I have no idea, but it works. Tip number 3, have a morning routine that you enjoy. There are tons of morning routine videos on YouTube, and I highly recommend checking some of those out so that you can get some inspiration for some morning routines. Be open-minded about trying some of these suggestions. I was very pessimistic about trying some of the suggestions, but I couldn't believe the impact that they made after I tried them out. Pro tip, make sure you put your phone away. The last thing that you want to do is get up in the morning and start seeing all these amazing posts on Instagram, or that Susie went to the gym first thing in the morning, and like it kind of just sets that tone that you're slacking or you're not good enough, or just social media, like it's just very draining. I found that I'm so much more relaxed if I am not already glued to my screen like I am all day long on my computer and on my phone. And just set the time in the morning for yourself. Pro tip, I cannot rave enough about the benefits of meditation. I struggled with this whole concept of meditation. I thought I wasn't good at it. I thought I couldn't do it. I thought I was missing the point. But I downloaded the Headspace app and it changed the game. It is so easy to just listen to this guy, and he just kind of helps you through the process of meditating. And what is 5 minutes out of your morning to just calm your mind. Meditation for me slows my entire world down. Feel like I have all the time in the world to get everything that I need to do done. Okay guys, we are getting into my last 2 tips, and yeah, they're good ones. So I found that one of the biggest factors for me not getting out of bed is simply feeling gross. Sometimes I'm too lazy, and the thought of getting up and like washing my face and doing all that just seems too troublesome, and I will just roll back the other way and go to sleep. However, I know that the only way I can really wake up and feel invigorated and be ready for the day is when I wash my face and just get all that grossness off of it. So I like to keep a small glass of water and a washcloth on my nightstand for those mornings when I can't get up. And I'll also keep like a pack of gum there or something. So then I can just take the washcloth, dip it in the water, and just especially like wipe my eyes and just kind of quick go over your face. If you're desperate, it is just that kick in the butt that you need to get up out of bed. That tip is for the people that have tried everything else and they just can't do anything to get themselves up. Try that hack. Then you also need to get up and full on wash your face, but that is one step to help you get up out of bed. And my last tip number 5, my favorite tip, my life changing, oh my god, this has helped my life so much tip is change the temperature. So I like turning down the temperature really cold, and then snuggling up in bed is like my favorite way to sleep. It is my least favorite way to wake up. I will say that there is nothing better than getting up in the morning and it being cold out and then snuggling back under the covers. But when I have to get up and go to work, I just can't do it. There have been times I've got up out of bed, like I just physically couldn't do it. So there's a few ways to combat this. If you have like an automatic temperature regulator, a lot of these systems have ways that you can set up the temperature to be a certain time in the morning, a certain time in the evening, and it will automatically, you know, do these as long as you have the cycle on run. So what I like to do is make my apartment as cold as possible before I go to bed, and then I set it so in the morning it starts warming up at maybe like 5 or 6 so that it's 74 by the time I get up. You actually are kind of like a little bit hot, so like it feels good to throw the covers off and get a little bit cooler. So when I'm in hotel rooms, I can't like set it to be a certain temperature in the morning and a different temperature at night, but just in the evening time, I will set the temperature as low as it goes, let the room get really cold, and then right before I'm about to go to bed, turn the air conditioner back up to 74 so that I'm already asleep in bed by the time the room starts warming up. If you like these tips, please give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, share it with all of your friends that are not morning people and that might benefit from some of these tips and tricks. As always, thank you so much for watching. Until next time. Good morning, everybody. This is how to be a morning person. Step 1, get a dog. Step 2, the dog will bug you to take him out first thing in the morning to pee. And if you don't want me to pee on things, you're gonna get up right away.